Texas MSF Convocation for the McCombs School of Business. Ladies and gentlemen, the McCombs School of Business, Texas MSF, Class of 2014.
Good morning. My name is Jay Hartzell. I'm the chair of the Finance Department at McCombs School of Business. It's my privilege to welcome you to the second commencement ceremony for the Masters of Science program at McCombs. These graduation ceremonies are always happy occasions for all involved, the students, family, friends, faculty, and I would say this one's no exception, although perhaps we're even more happy than usual. For the graduates, you're part of only the second class of this new program at this venerable institution. You were the first class that we took with the full guidance of having a year of marketing. So there's nobody from the first year here, I hope not. So we can say you're the first class that we actually took time to try to advertise and attract. And we were very happy you're here. We've been very excited about the group of you since we started putting the class together a couple years ago. And so those of you in the audience may not realize that this program was only authorized to start accepting students in March of 2012. So this is really the first full group in many ways, and we're happy to have you here and to see you finish. So to that end, I want to say congratulations, but also commend you on your bravery. You were willing to take a bit of a chance. We were advertising to you without hard data on how this is all going to work. That said, we thought it would. McCombs is distinguished with a track record of having a lot of successful programs, thankfully. Still, it was nice that you came, and we were always happy when you showed up and took the chance. It's also exceptional for the faculty and staff that we have here today. We get to reflect on where we've been, how far we've come in such a short amount of time. The faculty really handpicked the students for this program. It's a testament to your strengths and your capabilities that you're here. I remember sitting in conference rooms as we combed over your resumes and your applications and made these sort of decisions. And we knew them more by your resumes than by your names in many ways. I remember there are 2 career-changing engineers from the Colorado School of Mines, right? The engineers. A Russian blogger, history major from WashU, physics major who lifted weights and scared us, and a group of UT alums that we were just thrilled to see that they wanted to stay in Austin and get one more degree from UT. So for all of you, as I said, it was a big thrill when you showed up, and it's even bigger thrill to see you finish the program and earn your degrees. You should know that you've exceeded our lofty expectations. You made us very happy that we opted to start this program and continue it in this way. And we know you're the kinds of students who will uphold the reputation and the McCombs brand going forward. You're a testament to the excellence of the university and McCombs, and you've earned a rightful place alongside the other stellar graduating classes we produce regularly. Among our great faculty and staff, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the incredible group that continue to develop and run the program. So let me say thank you to Greg Hallman, Scott Lauger, Renee Delata, and Rosa Meir. Greg runs the show, as all of you know, and I was just talking to him about how this is really the last day of school for you, right? Greg is smiling again. When I knew him in grad school, he smiled then. And it's nice to see you smile again today, Greg. So thanks for all your hard work for doing this. So as the students will know, Scott Lauger runs our marketing and missions and much of the operations. Renee handles the career services, external relations, employer relations. And then Rose is our newest member. I guess actually Scott may be the newest member, but Rose is another new member who handles a lot of the real day-to-day operations of the program as well. All 4 of these have done a tremendous job to get the program launched, to get the students admitted and educated and ultimately placed into the workforce, and in further graduate studies as well. I'm very happy with the team we've assembled, and I appreciate their hard work and talents. I also want to say thanks to Katie Stevens. Katie's here somewhere. So Katie's in the back, and she had Scott's role before Scott. She was the pre-Scott. And whenever a student doesn't quite do as well we wanted, we say, well, Katie admitted them. But thanks for all your efforts, Katie. I still remember the graduating ceremony I suffered through as an undergraduate. The commencement speaker started out with this really nice thing where she said, these speeches are all terrible, and then she got terrible. So, we had our hopes all up, and they were almost immediately dashed. This is another reason that I'm actually very happy today that we're lucky to have Ms. Rebecca Schultz here today, the chair of our advisory council for the MSF program, as our commencement speaker. So thanks for coming. And I'm confident you won't see the cliff-like behavior that I experienced as an undergraduate. No pressure. This is also exceptional because of the class is wonderful, high-quality graduates, is somewhat modest in size. For all of us, especially perhaps the family members and friends who have joined us, rest assured this is an efficient commencement. This, in the commencement version, is more of a sprint than a marathon. Which many of you will appreciate at some point later on during the day. So before we proceed, let's just take a moment to enjoy, to appreciate and recognize the students and their commitment and hard work. Congratulations. At this time, it's my honor to introduce the Dean of the McCombs School of Business, Tom Gilligan. Tom joined the McCombs School as Dean in September 2008. He holds the Centennial Chair in Business and Education Leadership. Prior to his appointment at the McCombs School, Dean Gilligan held several key administrative roles at the Marshall School of Business and the University of Southern California. His background is as an economist, and Laura Stocks will claim full credit to his path from his time at WashU. He has particular expertise in the areas of microeconomics, applied price theory, industrial organization, antitrust, and public choice. In addition to an illustrious academic career, he's also served as a consultant to businesses in the entertainment, agriculture, service, and construction industries, dealing with antitrust and contract issues as well as pricing strategies. Before bringing it up here, though, I'd like to just take a moment and say thank you. Thank you for your leadership and the fact that we're actually all here standing here today. When I was going to take on the department chair job, I went in with some fear and talked to them about the idea that some professors wanted to start one of these Masters of Science programs. And I had some cause for concern I really shouldn't have. As talking to Tom, he immediately supported the program, shepherded it through the process, and through the time, we've really appreciated his willingness to champion it, so thank you. Let me hand it over to Tom now and say thanks for all your leadership and help in launching this program. Without you, we wouldn't be here today, so thank you.
Well, thanks, Jay. I really appreciate it. And congratulations to the 2014 graduates of the MSF program. I want to echo a couple remarks that Jay made about how much we are thankful for the trust and faith that you showed in us to come here and spend time getting a Master of Science in Finance. This is a second class, and we did have 1 year of track record. That's better than none. Yeah. But as Jay said, it was something that took a leap of faith, I think, to join us. Now, and I appreciate that, and I want to commend you on that, but I also want to commend you on the analytic work you did ahead of time. If you'd have done any work whatsoever, you would have discovered the quality of the faculty we have in our finance department here at the McCombs School of Business. It's one of the best faculties of finance anywhere in the world. Here at UT, the undergraduate finance degree is the third largest major on all of campus. We have some of our PhD graduates, our professors at some of the greatest business schools and universities in the world, and they've come through the same program that you've come through. So I'm going to give you a lot of credit for your faith and trust in us, but also for your abilities to figure out what a quality program needs and consists of, which is absolute great faculty. So Jay and faculty of the finance department, thank you so much for what you bring to the table. I also want to thank Greg and the staff of the program for the leadership they've shown. You know, Jay, you were giving me a lot of credit for saying yes. That's nothing compared to the kind of the confidence one would have to have as a new program director and staff members who are starting a program where the initial conversation is, okay, we're going to start a Master of Science and Finance program, and everybody's happy, and then 1 minute later they say, now what do we do? They've done a remarkable job launching a program. I personally think that this program is one of the highest value-add programs we offer in a very great business school. We take students like yourself who are tremendously motivated and trained and educate you in a way that we think will allow you to contribute professionally in the finance industry, broadly defined. And I think you're going to be just tickled pink with the product and the careers that you launch going forward. So I'm happy about that, and I really want to commend Greg and your staff for putting this together, so thank you so much. My only admonition for you is to stay involved. Once you leave here today, you're going to go about your business in various money centers or financial centers around the world or the country. Some of you will stay in Texas, some of you will move more broadly beyond that. I just want you to kind of always keep us in mind. One of the things that I do as dean is that I get to spend a lot of my time interacting with alumni of the school. And all of the alumni I interact with, there's a bit of a self-selection issue, but all of the alumni I interact with are very thankful for the degrees that they take here at McCombs and the path that it's put them on in their professional lives. But one of the things that I've seen them generate and get great joy from is coming back to school and giving back. And I mean giving back in terms of interacting with our faculty and staff, giving back and interacting with our students, helping us think about how best to design educational programs that will serve students like you into the future. I venture to guess that that will be a big source of value for you. So just take a little time to, when you leave the state of Texas, make sure you have Greg's email address and stay connected, Jay's, other staff members, and drop by. You're always welcome at this graduation ceremony, and you'll have a good time staying involved with McCombs School of Business. So please do that. You know, our commencement speaker today is an alumnus who continually demonstrates a commitment to the school. Most recently, as Jay said, by her agreement to serve as chair-elect of the Texas MSF Advisory Council. Rebecca Scheltz. Rebecca, you know, I actually practiced that for hours. Rebecca Scheltz earned a BS in management at the Louisiana State University and an MBA from the University of Texas at Austin. Rebecca is a director with Berkeley Research Group, an international consulting firm based in Emeryville, California. Rebecca has successfully developed, negotiated, and settled numerous multi-million-dollar claims for lost profits and serves as an expert witness and arbitrator for economic issues in commercial disputes. She's a frequent lecturer on lost profit issues and has published several articles related to lost profit calculations. She is also a frequent speaker on women in business and has spent much of her career assisting her own and other firms with the advancement and retention of high-talent women. Prior to joining Berkeley Research Group, Rebecca was a vice president at Charles River Associates. Please join me in today in welcoming Rebecca. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dean Gilligan. I appreciate the introduction, and good morning. As Dean said, I'm Rebecca Schultz, a fellow McCombs School graduate and the incoming chair of the advisory board for the Master of Science of Finance program. I'm beyond delighted to be here sharing this beautiful day with you, and I want to thank Dean Gilligan, Jay Hartzell, and Greg Hallman, Renee DeLota, Scott Lager, your nothing short of outstanding McCombs faculty, your somewhat shorter of cash parents, and of course you, the amazing 2014 graduates of the Master of Science in Finance program, for the opportunity to speak with you today. Like you, I was sitting here waiting for my hard-earned diploma just a few years ago, and my mind was wandering a bit too. I was thinking about the new consulting job I was about to take. Okay, I was thinking about getting a margarita at Chewy's, but then I was thinking about my new job. At that time, I had a clear view of what success was going to mean for me. I was going to make it to partner in my new firm just as quickly as possible. So, several years later, there I was, a newly minted partner in my firm. I had reached my long-established pinnacle of success. But I was only 35. Now what? As one particularly insightful colleague who had made partner the year prior said to me, "Welcome to the lowest rung on a whole new ladder." I had at least another 30 years to go in my career. But according to my definition of success, I was done. What do you mean there's another ladder to climb? Of course, I had had this rude awakening once before in my life. When I was 4 years old, my mother asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I told her, a teenager. Clearly, I believed in setting achievable goals even back then. You'll be happy to know that I did actually reach that particular goal, and I was only 13 when I did it. I was only able to hold on to it for about 7 years, and I'm afraid I will never get that particular achievement back. But I learned something from those two goal-setting exercises at two very different points in my life. Apparently, your definition of success can and should change over time. My favorite quote, and one I keep on my desk, is from George Eliot. She said, "It's never too late to be what you might have been." It's never too late to be what you might have been. Of course, it's never too early either. You're sitting here today with great ideas and even greater potential. But potential has no value unless it's acted upon. Up to now, to get you to where you are sitting here today, lots of people have acted on your potential. It started with your parents, who nurtured you, believed in you, pushed you, chauffeured you to more football and soccer, volleyball and lacrosse practices, attended more recitals and performances, and oohed and awed over more awards and projects than they can count. And then your teachers and your coaches and your undergraduate professors all helped to push you toward your potential. Your new employers willing to hire you based on a couple of meetings and a case interview or two are all acting on your tremendous potential. But you've already done beyond what is expected of you. By virtue of having sought out this new program and then attacked and conquered it, plowing through material in 1 year that MBA students can't get through in 2. I submit to you that to continue to act upon and maximize your own potential, you must continue to do beyond what is expected of you. You must continue to seek great challenges. But you must also make sure that what you are working for, what you are striving so hard to achieve, is your definition of success. You must set your own course, write your own goals. not live someone else's plans. It's no longer time to live your parents' definition of success, or your teachers, your professors, or even your new employers. You're making your way in a very different world than any of them or I had to chart. The level of innovation, the nimbleness required, and the speed at which you have to reinvent yourself is well beyond what any of us experienced. You've grown up with a velocity of change that we are intimidated by. For you, it's normal, but that doesn't make it easy. The volatility index for your lives is simply on a different scale than ours. At this pace, it's more important than ever that you take the time to measure your life and reassess your priorities frequently. Hardworking, ambitious people are often those most likely to put their heads down and work and then look up and wonder where their lives went. I encourage you to look up often. Give yourself time with great regularity to assess what's important to you and then set goals for yourself based on that assessment. Don't wait for your annual review or fiscal year planning to set your goals. Besides, if you're only looking at your progress once a year, don't expect to get very far very fast. Ask yourself, what is success for you? What will it feel like? What will it look like? Who will be sharing it with you? When you are successful, what kind of difference will it make for you, for your family, for your community? How will you be helping others to achieve their success? Will those on the ladder behind you only see your back, or will they see your hand when you turn around and help pull them up too? Yes, each of you has tremendous potential, and every one of you has a different definition of success. I hope that definition includes helping others to be successful too. Most of you already know the power of having a mentor. I hope you also learn the significance and the joy of being a mentor. And now, you all have the ability to really make a difference, to have an impact on the people around you. So here's the requisite practical advice part of the commencement speech. As you act on your own potential and you start working through your own definition of success, be grateful for every step towards your definition. Hell, be grateful for the setbacks, for they keep you grounded and help make those achievements mean even more. Give back what you've taken out. If you find yourself a few years out from this graduation enjoying some of the success we've been talking about, find a way to give something back. Write an article and mention the school. Come back and be a guest lecturer. Send a check. Hire a graduate, or two, or three. Here's a novel. Here's a novel idea on how to give back. Your mom was right. Send a thank you note. Make yourself the kind of person that others want to see succeed. Thank the people that helped to get you here. Send a note to your mom, your uncle, to the professor who taught you the material that you find yourself drawing from day in and day out, to the client who made your year, to the mentor whose advice was pivotal. Tell them what their support meant to you. Then send a note to someone you know is struggling or just starting out. Let them know you believe in them. Help them see their own vision of success. I was once told that there's truly no selfless act. I'm inclined to agree. And when you give back, I think you'll agree with me too. When you send that note, it's amazing how great you're going to feel. Recognizing and appreciating others is the surest way to guarantee people will want to see you succeed and will be willing to help you when you need it. And we all need it at some point. The great news for today is that you are all sitting next to and near a whole bunch of people who really want to see you succeed. Never stop defining and redefining your own success. Never stop reinventing yourself. In the words of the famous American author, Henry James, it's time to start living the life you've imagined. But for now, for today, appreciate this achievement, this degree, this gift that you just gave yourself through your own hard work, through your vision. You have truly acted upon your own potential, and you have positioned yourself to achieve whatever your definition of success is. For that, I congratulate you, and I thank you for the honor of spending this very special day with you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Rebecca, for those fine, inspiring words. This notion that your goals, that you think are ultimate goals, really become kind of stopping points along the way was also, someone reminded me of that also. I was at the same consulting firm that Rebecca was at, and I also, thought that once I made partner, everything would be perfect. And then a partner told me after I had made partner that making partner is like a pie eating contest where the prize is a pie. And so, as you'll see, when you get out there, the more success you have, the more opportunity you have for yourself. But really, as Rebecca said, the more important thing is the more opportunity you have to reach back and help other people, to mentor other young people, and you will enjoy that as much as anything, I know. So it is now time to present some commencement awards, and Scott and Renee are going to help me with that. Scott, and this is Scott Logger.
This year has proved to be a challenging one for our students. As the second cohort ever, they experienced with us the growing pains of establishing a new curriculum, all while managing a course load much heavier than what most graduate students carry, and working their way through a rigorous recruitment process. Through all of that, we had a student whose classmates recognize and appreciate their effort to develop strong relationships, who works to foster cooperation, and is always the first to congratulate others on a job well done. This person was one of the first to welcome me whenever I started my role here in January, and I am very happy to recognize him today. Sid Navas, please come to this stage to accept this award in the gratitude of your classmates.
The MSF students also voted to recognize another deserving peer from their class. Spencer Ranney gained the respect of students and faculty alike with his extremely respectful demeanor and strong work ethic. Spencer received his undergraduate degree here at UT in mathematics, where he was designated a Williams Scholar by the mathematics department. He then went on to work as an actuarial analyst at USAA in San Antonio. And in the voting process for this award, one of his classmates wrote, "Spencer is one of the happiest people I've ever met and doesn't let anything get him down. This is a wonderful characteristic in a colleague and one that I know he will take into industry. Please join me in honoring Spencer Ranney."
You guys get a picture? Did you get a picture? Did you get a picture? Did you get a picture? Congratulations, Spencer and Sid. In addition to the student awards for Sid and Spencer, the students also voted on a faculty award for one of their professors. To present the faculty award, I want to bring up another one of our graduating students, Anish Bansal. Anish came to McCombs from India, where he got a degree in chemical engineering from one of the top engineering schools in India. And although immediately after graduating, he started his career in finance by working at a micro lender in India and then passing the first 2 levels of the CFA on his own. which I thought was very impressive. I suspect that Anish could have taught himself this MSF degree if I had allowed him a way to do it. But we are happy that he joined us in the formal classes and kept up in the whole program just fine. The great thing about Anish's story to me, one of the really nice things about it is that we get to keep Anish right here in Texas. We get to keep him right here in Austin. Anish will be starting with Dimensional Fund Advisors right here in Austin in their 2-year investment analysis rotation program, and he will be joined at DFA by 2 other MSF grads. And one of the great things about having a world-class university like this in your city and in your state is that we can recruit smart people from all over the world to come here and get our degree. And then many of those smart ones stay right here and work and make our state and our city smarter and richer. So without further ado, can I bring up Anish Bansal, who's going to present the MSF Professor Award.
Thank you, Professor Holman, for the kind words and introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Standing here gives me immense pleasure to be a part of today's exciting ceremony and embracing my graduation day. I want to take this opportunity to share my wonderful experience here during the program. This program has helped me a lot, not only to become a better finance professional, but also to be a more sincere and a committed person. I believe I'm saying this on behalf of all the students here, that we all have benefited greatly from the program, and we all are, in a way, better prepared to face the challenges that await our lives, not only professionally, but personally as well. It was a privilege indeed to be mentored by the world-renowned faculty here at McCombs School of Business and to be a part of the meticulously structured program at the same time. And I had the pleasure of making the most wonderful friends during this time, and I'm sure we'll be in touch in the future. It is a true honor today for me to introduce Professor Sanford Leeds. Who took the challenge to teach people like me investments. One quality that makes a teacher great is the ability to gauge the student's understanding, requiring the ability to sense what others are feeling. Professor Leeds is able to determine what even a single student may not be verbally expressing, thereby reading when a student is engaged or when a student is falling behind. You have been extremely hardworking, and that is clearly exhibited by your tape lectures and your fat pile of class notes, which, by the way, has helped us immensely during the tenure of the whole program. Professor Leeds genuinely showed a deep interest in our progress and education, fostering the perfect learning environment. You have been truly passionate about your subject, which made us very passionate about the same subject. This, and obviously coupled with your wit and an amazing sense of humor, has left a lasting impression amongst all of us. For these reasons and so many more, the class of 2014 would like to recognize Professor Sandy Leeds as the Outstanding Professor of the Year. Professor Sandy Leeds.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
So nice. Thank you.
All right, it is now time for us to individually recognize the members of the McCombs School of Business MSF graduating class of 2014. So I think we were going to navigate that. All right, so Dean Gilligan, you are to center stage, and Jay, you are right beside him. Very good. All right. Okay. Oh, no. That's fine. I'm just a name reader. Okay.
I think that's where he gets the photo out there.
Oh, with the dean. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. We ready? Ready to go? Ready for the names? All right. Okay, I will now read the names of the graduating class of 2014 for our Master of Science in Finance degree. Raghavan Bala. Anish Bansal. Harris Britt. Robert Broman. Let me slow it down a little bit. Okay. Paul Canland. Emily Cash. Lynn Chang. Cindy Chang. Kathy Chen. Nice shoes. Dana Chung. Kelsey Creed. Andres Faramandi. Nisarg Gandhi. Christopher Gill. Joe Goss. Wanted to make sure you were here. You were on the list. John Hawkins. Benjamin Horn. Yongsin Jin. Nicholas Kaloje. Mahela Marinova. Daniel Miller. Jason Nam. Milad Naveed. Sid Nivas. Hirsch Peiss. Spencer Ranney. John Richards. Taha Salim. GC. Nina Sidorinskaya. Aaron Steinman. Joshua Stevens. You're backing up a little bit here. Jean-Fu Tang. Christopher T. Alba Vicente Casado. Sam Wallach. Stacy Wang. Christopher White. Troy Widman. Megan Willie. Do you want to get the degree? You didn't have a degree. What were you doing up here? Say Williams. Daiwei Zhu. Dayong Yu. Sean Yu. And Cece Zhang. All right. Perfect. We're done. I'm going to wrap it up. Can we all just join me one time for all of them together for a round of applause for this fantastic MSF class of 2014. All right. Well, I have often counseled students. I tell them when they go on interviews or later when they go on sales calls that if you're at a meeting and you're trying to get something out of the other side, like a signed contract or for them to agree to start a project with you together, that once you get what you want, you should try to end the meeting because you have nothing but downside at that point. So usually once they say, sure, when do we start? It's good to say, oh, I have to go. I have a plane to catch. So I'm sure that these students feel, now that they have the degrees in their hand, they're like, I think we're done here. I promise I won't be too long, but this is, still quite an occasion. I mean, to start a new program at a great institution like this is it has been a lot of work, no doubt, for all of us involved, but the ability to start something that, at an institution that could last for so long and help so many people has just been a fantastic undertaking. For all of us. And I really want to thank some of the people who have made this possible. First, I want to thank our chairman, Jay Hartzell, for making this program happen. And Jay has helped me so much in negotiating the Byzantine ways of an institution like this, especially when I want to try to get something done. Jay is so good at helping me get the resources that we need to keep this program the success that it is. And Jay will be leaving this role. You will be the senior associate dean, moving into Tom's office with him. We're right beside it at least. That is a position, though, I'm thankful that it has a lot to do with the budgeting around here. And while Jay will not be day to day here, I am confident he will be watching this program with pride and generously supporting us financially in all of our endeavors. And Tom, I want to thank our dean, Tom Gilligan, for creating an environment here at the business school that is very innovative. I mean, Tom thinks like, from my years at a consulting company, and I mean this in a good way, Tom thinks like we think about this as a business, what new products, what do our customers want, how can we better serve our customers, what can we do better? And Tom is very innovative in his thinking, and when we pitch this idea to him, he has been very supportive. And what I like about a boss like Tom is that every time I see him, he asks me what he could do to help. Sometimes over the year, given how Tom and Jay were treating me, I thought they were playing good cop, bad cop for a little while, but maybe not. I want to thank our faculty, our finance faculty. This is a one-year program where we do all of our MBA finance classes that we do with our MBAs in 2 years. We do them in 1 year, and it is an extremely challenging program. But the only way to make that work is to have really good professors that can explain something difficult, and the students are, they can almost get it the very first time and can give the right problem sets and can get these ideas across, difficult ideas across in a very concentrated time frame. And I think our faculty, at our core, look, our program is our classes, and it's our faculty. The interaction with the students, the primary interaction of the students is with that faculty. And one of the reasons I was happy to take on the position of starting this program was I have so much confidence in our faculty. I know I don't have to think at all about whether our classes are up to date or our curriculum is correct because they so much know what they're doing. And so I want you guys to, at least for our faculty, to join me in a round of applause for those guys. And I really heard nothing but compliments from the students all year. And together we have produced a program with a lot of value to the students, to their future employers, and to the university. And we do thank you all for that work. It is not easy to pull that off, I know. I want to thank Scott and Renee, of course, my associate director, Scott and Renee. Before I got involved in this program, when I was primarily just teaching, it appeared to me that the university somehow magically ran itself, which I thought was a great trick. And then once I started working inside it, I realized that, of course, nothing runs itself. And the reason that the University of Texas looks like it runs itself is it is so full of talented people behind the scenes that make all of this look easy and seamless. And it is days like this that I love to watch this whole institution, pull this off and put on these programs with students. And I have two of those very smart and capable people in Scott and Renee. And I tell you, the day-to-day work of this program is there's a lot to do to keep a big program going inside a university. And Scott and Renee have just done such a great job of allowing me to do what I do and for the day-to-day of keeping the program running smoothly. And so to those of you who keep the trains running on time, we definitely thank you, all of us. I want to thank the families and the friends of the students. Before I thank the students, I want to thank those families and friends who supported these students in this long and hard journey they took with us here. It's a tough year. I know you probably heard about the difficulty at some point. And I know that they appreciated your support. There's no way to do this without the support of family and friends. And so the students can join me also in thanking all those families and friends for the support that they gave these students throughout. All right, and finally, my students, and I will call you my students one more time. You'll be my students for about 10 more minutes. You will actually always be my students. You would be surprised how much we enjoy getting an email from a student that we had a couple of years ago. I mean, I got an email from a graduate from the first year of this program this week, and I told everybody I met, I got an email from one of our former students, and this is the great thing that he's doing. And so we love to get those emails. We will remember you for a long time, and please do keep in touch. I want to thank you, as Jay said, for taking a chance with us. We are a big university, but this was not an established program when you came. A lot of you, when I interviewed you, said with some trepidation, now you've only done this once before, right? And I said, yes, we have. But we have done things like this at the university and the business school for years and years. And so I do want to thank you for taking the chance with us. And I want to thank you primarily for your hard work. Like I said, we know this is a very challenging program. It's hard to do all of these classes inside of 1 year. And to your eternal credit, you did not complain, you worked. And that is the only way to get something like this done in a year. And you all worked hard, and we all noticed how hard you worked. And you are very much deserving of this degree, and you will make us proud when you get to work, and we could not be happier for you. And so now I want to welcome you all as the newest alumni of the University of Texas at Austin, an elite university and one of the finest institutions in the world. All right, so I do want to tell you that we're going to sing a little, and I have a few directions for you here at the end. I do want to tell you that all of the Texas MSF grads and their family are invited to participate in the big UT Spring Commencement tomorrow night. I can tell you there are not many years when the weather is this nice this time of year. It is going to be drop-dead gorgeous out there at the tower tomorrow night, and so I would encourage you, if you have time, to go check it out. It's a beautiful show. And it's usually, 98 and 100% humidity, But tomorrow it's going to be great. So you are all invited to that. That will be held tomorrow, Saturday, May 17th at 8 p.m., right in the heart of campus, right in the mall that spills down the hill from the tower. Okay. And so now this concludes our MSF recognition ceremony for the class of 2014. All right, faculty and graduates will recess to the East Mall at the conclusion of the singing of the Eyes of Texas. All right, and that's where you can meet your graduates there. And so now it is a tradition that we join the new graduates in the singing of the Eyes of Texas. All right. And after the song, will you please remain standing for the faculty procession out, and then we will see you out in the mall for a class picture, okay? All right, strike up the band.
You can sing it tonight. You can sing it tonight. Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you.